Hello everyone, it is Yazu again and we are back with another Raid Shadow Legends video for today. I already uploaded one video in which I advised you not to open shards for the 10x events that are going on like in the next couple of days from starting today. So if you actually want to go for the fusion champion. So in this video I will be actually talking about those champions, not only the fusion champion but the other champions that are gonna come out in April this month. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's check out all the champions that we have in here. First champion is the champion that we covered on the channel, and it's gonna be a fusion champion, Varg. He is a magic affinity champion, attack type, skinwalkers. Amazing design. Let's go over quickly over his skills. Attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit will fill this champion's turn meter by 5%. Not a bad ability, not as good also. Next one, a Knight of the Rabbit. On a 3-turn cooldown when booked, has a 100% chance, of course when booked, placing leech debuff. AoE attack, heals the champion by 10% of their max HP for each leech debuff placed by this skill. I don't see where this can be like useful for him. Maybe something else should have been in this place, maybe like buff strip or some pretty hard one hitter. Yeah, actually I would love that. He looks like a speedster, so it would fit him for like a speedster and assassin, so it would fit him perfectly if he had like something that penetrates all the defenses. So yeah, even stone skins, because stone skin is a meta right now. But yeah, let's go ahead, let's take a look at other abilities. Attacks all enemies, places a 30% increased speed and a 50% increased accuracy buff on all allies for 2 turns before attacking. This ability is actually pretty good. And his passive, each increased speed buff placed by this champion increases their speed by 5, stacks up to 100. So this is not for your allies, this only stacks up his speed, so his speed can go up to 100, but it's pretty conditional and pretty hard to get. Aura increases ally speed in all battles by 20%. Again, he looks like the fastest champion in the game, so by far the fastest champion in the game. I would broke like the was it Mortal Macabre or Lord Cesar's 32% increase speed in arena. I would break it like and give him like maybe 35% in the arena. It might not be that useful in arena, but he might actually, who knows. Okay, let's go over. So not the greatest champion, but not bad as well. So let's go over the second champion, and it's Claydna. She's a legendary void champion, HP type, and she's from the Sylvan Watcher. So finally we're getting another Sylvan Watcher champion. Let's take a look at her skills. Touch of Slumber. Attacks one enemy, has a 70% chance of placing sleep debuff for 1 turn, fills this champion turn meter by 15% if the sleep debuff is placed. So sleep on her A1, single target attack. Lost in the Woods has a 100% chance when booked of placing 30% increased speed and a leech debuff on all enemies for 2 turns, also heals all allies by 20% of this champion's max HP. On a 3-turn cooldown when booked, not a bad ability, but let's go over her next one. A3 is Otherworld Infusion, places a block debuffs buff and a revive on that buff on all allies for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. This is actually pretty good. Passive, Fey Monarch, has a 30% chance of completely blocking the incoming damage of the first hit of an attack, occurs once per turn. So this is like on a 60% actually when booked, so pretty solid champion. Would I say that I would love to get her? I mean, I would love to get all champions, but there's definitely a lot more better options, especially from Void Affinity when it comes to legendaries. Aura increases ally HP in dungeons by 40%. I'm not impressed with this champion, to be honest. Let's go over the next one. Another Sylvan Watcher, Vyrinon the Sulcan, Spirit Affinity support type champion. Her A1, Silken Spontoon, attacks one enemy, has a 40, 50, 60% chance of placing a 50% decreased attack debuff for 2 turns, so not bad for maybe early game clan boss. Glide steps fill the turn meter of all allies by 15%, also places a 30% increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns on a 4-turn cooldown. Not a bad ability, to be honest. And then Grace of Immortals revives a dead ally with 50% HP and 30% a turn meter, also places a 15% continuous heal buff on that ally for 2 turns on a 4-turn cooldown. One of the worst revives in the game, to be honest. Sorry to say that. Aura increases ally speed in faction crypts by 20%. Hopefully not gonna be pulling her anytime soon. So I'm sorry, but I'm just trying to be like, I don't want to sugarcoat it or stuff like that. Next champion, another Sylvan Watchers, Lockwain, Magic Affinity and attack type, finally attacking champion. Boom Catcher, attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of stealing one random buff. Okay. Revelation, attacks all enemies, has a, what is this, 25, 45, 50% chance of removing any veil or perfect veil buff from all enemies, also has 100% chance of removing one random buff, oh my goodness, from all enemies on a 3-turn cooldown. Okay, so not bad, but not the greatest as well. Focused Force, attacks one enemy 2 times, will ignore shield buffs, resets the cooldown of this skill if this attack kills an enemy. On a 4-turn cooldown usually. Okay, at least ignoring shields, but nothing impressive. And let's see, his passive hunt the haughty. I have no idea. Increase the champion's accuracy by 10% for each buff on each enemy. Increase ally speed in arena battles by 20%. So I'm actually hoping I don't pull this champion as well. Is it that bad? Am I being a mean person right now? But none of these champions, actually, including the legendary, like Void especially, is nothing impressive. Even Razelbarg is actually much better than her, but this is some weak batch. Delaja, HP base, Spirit Affinity, Lizardman, Bat of Azot. Attacks one enemy 2 times, each hit heals this champion by 2% of their max HP. Each hit also has a 20% chance of placing a 5% poison, so some poisons 30% when booked. Blades Dissolved, attacks all enemies, has a 100% chance of placing decreased attack on all enemies for 2 turns, that's when booked, and on 3-turn cooldown. Restoration Froth, places a 50% continuous heal buff on all allies for 1 turn. Also place shield equal to 20% of this champion's max HP on all allies for 2 turns on a 4-turn cooldown. Instincts has a 50% chance of counterattacking when any an ally lizardman except this champion are attacked. Increases ally HP in faction crypts by 30%. So this champion is like specifically made for a Doom Tower hard secret room. I don't see him being able to be used anywhere else in the game, in my opinion. And actually the coolest looking champion in this batch is a rare champion, Margrave Greenhawk, Affinity Force, HP type, Sylvan Watchers, attacks one enemy, places a 7.5% continuous heal buff for 1 turn on an ally with the lowest HP. Okay, not the worst thing. Emotionless Rampage, attacks 3 times at random, each hit has a 70% chance of placing provoke debuff for 1 turn, also places a 30% reflect damage buff on this champion for 2 turns. So this is not a bad ability on a 3-turn cooldown. Yeah, actually a decent chance to land a provoke. He is a rare champion, so yeah. A Living Barricade places a 25% ally protection buff on all allies except this champion for 2 turns. Also place 30% increased defense buff on this champion for 2 turns. In all honesty, I actually think he might be more useful than many of these epics. I mean, first of all, this image, he looks super amazing, super cool, but other than that, none of these champions look in any impressive, in my opinion at least. I see what they're trying to do with Sylvan Watchers. They're trying to like make them completely like support-ish type champions, but I'm not. But maybe it's gonna be a good thing in the future at least. Maybe the next faction is gonna be like full-on attacking, like cyberpunk attackers or spirit reapers or soul reapers or something like that. So yeah, that's me covering all these new champions. Let me know in the comments below, do you actually like any of these champions? Out of all the batches where they release like a lot of champions like this, I think this might be the weakest batch they have ever done. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you like this video. Subscribe for daily raid videos, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.